This is the softest and most fluffy wheat bread you see on your timeline today. I kid you not. And guess what? I made it from scratch. Not to worry, I'll share the whole process in my next video. Now, I went in with 2 cups of whole wheat flour and 2/3 cups of all-purpose flour. I combined that properly in my mixing bowl and added 1/8 teaspoons of salt. I set that aside and proceeded to proof my yeast. Now, to do this, I added 2 teaspoons of dry active yeast to 300 ml of warm milk. I added 2 tablespoons of pure honey and let that rest for 10 minutes before adding 1 egg. I whipped that up together and pour my wet ingredients into my dry ingredients. I washed my hands and knead properly to form a dough. You can also use a stand mixer if you have one available. I knead that for about 2 minutes before adding 2 tablespoons of low-fat butter. Now, one secret to a soft and fluffy bread is the kneading. Ensure to knead your dough for about 8 to 10 minutes until your dough becomes stretched. Next, I greased my bowl, kept my dough in it, covered and allowed it to double in size for about an hour. Then I punched out the air and proceeded to knead for the second time. Knead for about 5 minutes and do this. If it bounces back, your dough is ready. Now, for the record, this isn't 100% whole wheat bread. It's 70% wheat and 30% white flour. 100% whole wheat bread are usually very dense and hearty, and I am not a fan of dense bread. I like my bread very soft but still healthy. So if you're like me, this recipe is for you. So I rolled into a rectangle shape and folded my dough like a mat and tucked it into my greased loaf pan. I covered my loaf to rise again for about 20 to 30 minutes before brushing the top with milk. I topped with some sunflower and pumpkin seeds before baking in my oven. I baked at 180 degrees for 45 minutes, and this is what I got. The softest, most fluffy and the most delicious wheat bread you've ever tasted. One thing about me and bread, if my bread does not bow down to me like this, I don't want. Save this recipe for later because you're definitely going to be needing it. Bye, dish lovers. I'll see you in my next one.